Hi guys, welcome to another exciting episode. This episode we're talking about smartphones in your analysis. Yes, smartphones has been creeping in. Can you really use smartphones for your analysis? Let's talk about it. I've attended, I think, 2 meetings. The first one was on Teams. I was on my laptop and we quickly wanted a round of answering questions. I remember back when I used to have access to boardrooms, I would ask people by show of hands, can we vote on this? By show of hands, should we do it this way or that way? And people would just raise up their hand. I think that was common practice, but I don't think we do that anymore. We wanted to do the same thing. Say, guys, how do we feel? Which option do we go for? 1, 2, 3? But it's quite difficult to do that when you don't have people in the place with you. So what we did is there was this handy tool, I think it's called Poly, but there's a lot of them where you can actually take polls. And a poll just popped up. Somebody just made a poll quickly. When we got to the decision, it said 1, 2, 3, and we all voted, and we could see the result right there, nicely anonymous. We could see the result and we could make a decision right there. The second meeting that I went into was one of those presentations where we were not like in a Teams or in a Zoom session. It was more like, I would say probably you could make it a pre-recorded, but it was one of those live streams. Like maybe probably if I make a YouTube one, a YouTube live stream. And in order to get people's consents or vote or voices to say, am I boring or am I not? In order to get that, people could vote some way. And I think at the time the technology was not there, in this live stream thing to vote, down on the video. So they used this thing called Mentimeter. I don't know if it's still existing today, but it was something like Mentimeter, where you would have a QR code pop up on the side here, boom, to say, here's a QR code and here's a question. And you can go scan the QR code with your smartphone and then answer the question, and you can see the result pop up exactly on the live stream. And that was quite interesting. It gets us to the question, what is the role of smartphones in your reporting? Is it still back, in the olden days where you would go into the boardrooms and the first thing that you say is, guys, let's switch off our cell phones? Or it's your meetings now allowing for smartphones to come and interact inside the meeting? That's quite an interesting one. From my side, what I've seen in those 2 instances, it actually opened up my eyes. Opened up my eyes so big that when I moved my reports, well, it's still okay to have your PowerPoint presentations in PDF because people can still zoom into their phones. But what was more important was just not the comment section on Power BI where people can comment and send it, but it was something else that when you are presenting, that they can interact with you. People don't have to get out of their social media on their phones so that they can listen to you, but you rather let your presentation move from the presentation itself into the phone so that they can use the phone to scan and then copy and paste. I've tried it once, it worked perfectly well. Maybe I should try it 100 times before I could actually give out the steps on it. Probably it's a good idea, but it worked perfectly well. On those two platforms, you could have QR codes, you could have a nice questionnaire on the side. Your presentation, whatever you're presenting, will move into the smartphone and a person on the smartphone will be able to interact with you. Funny story, when I also did my studies with Henley, first thing that I realized is, and I said to the people, you are telling me to keep my phone on. Back in the days when I used to study, we used to say switch off your laptops and switch off your phone so that you don't get your business meetings and emails coming in. You must be fully focused in the class.
we can talk to you a lot on WhatsApp.
But in this case, they were like, open up your work emails and open up your phone so that we can interact that way. And it worked out quite well. When the slides were something wrong with the slide, they would just press a button and we would all get the slides in one go. Something wrong, we want to send questions, you can just send them using whatever social media thing, WhatsApp, and they would just queue up there. And the person will be able to, answer those questions prompt to have them on record. And very, very useful. Probably you could use those. I haven't gotten to a point where I'm queuing up questions as yet. I just love, simple taking polls. My personal favorite is forms. I use forms to make my poll. They are beautiful ones. There's, like I said earlier, there's Poly. There's the one that from Google, and there's another one from Microsoft. There's another one from SurveyMonkey. Beautiful ones that you can always bring into your conversation. But the whole idea is involving the people using their smartphones in your presentation so that you can have a rich presentation and a rich engagement in your presentation. And it quite well worked quite well. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you next time on the next one. Ciao, ciao, guys.